How's it going, guys? It's Noah from TheBenchWarmers here, getting into my second mock draft. First, I'd like to mention we do have a 100 subscriber goal by the time draft day rolls around, so it'd be really good if you guys could hit the subscribe button. We are going to be doing a giveaway, so I recommend you guys hit the subscribe button. Let's get right into it with my first pick for the Arizona Cardinals. I have them taking Kyler Murray. I think it's a wrap at this point. Sure, they met with Nick Bosa, but I think Kyler Murray is the obvious choice for them. They obviously are in love with him. They're going to trade Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray going number 1 to Arizona. Number 2, I have the 49ers taking Quinnen Williams. They have a lot of edge rushers picking up D Ford. I think Quinnen Williams is going to be really good applying interior pressure. I think he's one of the most polished prospects in this draft, so I think it's going to be a great pickup for them. Number 3, the Jets. I could see them trading down here, but I have them taking Josh Allen. He's going to be able to apply some edge rush. I know they tried to get Anthony Barr, and he backed out last minute. He's going to be great at applying pressure. Had a really good last season, 17 sacks, so I think Josh Allen's going to be a really good pickup for them. Number 4, Raiders kind of falling a bit. Nick Bosa, falling to number 4. I mean, they need somebody to replace Khalil Mack. I think Nick Bosa, probably the most NFL ready out of this draft class. He has great edge rushers moves. I think he's going to be great for the Oakland Raiders. Number 5, I have the Buccaneers picking up Quinnen Williams. I think he's going to be a really good defensive back for a backfield that really just struggled against the pass. I mean, they were doing great and then just kind of fell off. Defense isn't really that good. Todd Bowles coming in, going to need a really just supreme corner. Quinnen Williams is that guy. The Giants, I have them trading down. I have them trading with the Bengals. Bengals are trading up. They're going to take Dwayne Haskins. I don't believe in Andy Dalton. I don't think the Bengals believe in Andy Dalton. They have a new coach. Why not go out and get a new quarterback in Dwayne Haskins? Jaguars up next. I have them taking Jonah Williams. Really good offensive lineman. I think it's going to be great for them, just protecting their quarterback and Nick Foles. I think it's a good pickup. Jaguars don't have a lot of holes. A new offensive lineman is going to really help out. Lions, I have them taking TJ Hawkinson. Listen, they got rid of Eric Ebron. They picked up Jesse James, but I think TJ Hawk is a really good pickup here. I think best player available. It's going to be great for them. Next up, I have the Bills taking Nkeal Harry. I think he's going to be a great weapon for Josh Allen. I think he's the best wide receiver in this draft class. A really good guy, really good 50-50 ball guy. I think it's going to be great for Josh Allen. Another weapon for him to throw to. Next up, I got the Broncos taking Drew Lock. I like Drew Lock a lot better than some of the other quarterbacks in this draft. I know John Elway needs his quarterback. Drew Lock's going to be a really good pickup for them. Next up, I got the Giants picking, since they traded with the Bengals. I have them taking Ed Oliver, one of the best prospects in this draft. People may be down on him, but I think Ed Oliver is going to be great for interior pressure for that Giants defense that really needs a boost. Next up, I got the Packers picking. I have them picking up Devin White. I think he's the best inside linebacker in this draft. Close is Devin Bush, but Devin White's a really good inside linebacker, which is a need for the Packers, so I think it's going to be a really good pickup for them. Next up, I got the Dolphins. I have them taking Montez Sweat. Really good, just combine, he set the record for 40 for a defensive lineman, so he has great speed off the edge. The Dolphins need best player available, and I think that's Montez Sweat at this point. Next up, I have the Falcons. I have them taking Rashawn Gary. People are down on him. People say, oh, he might drop to the second round, or he may be a top 5 pick. People are really all over the place with him. I think he fits in right here with the Falcons, who desperately need some interior pressure. Next up, the Redskins. I have them taking Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is a really good quarterback prospect. Yeah, he's not real flashy. He's Tom Brady-esque in the way he moves around in the pocket. Not a real running quarterback, but I think he's going to be great for the Redskins, who need a guy behind their quarterback. Next up, Panthers. I have them taking Brian Burns out of Florida State. Listen, Brian Burns is another really good pass rusher. They're just stacked in this draft, so you can't really go wrong. Panthers really needed a pass rusher to replace Julius Peppers, so Brian Burns really fits the mold there. Next up, Giants. I have them taking Devin Bush. Devin Bush, probably the second best inside linebacker in this draft. Really just a leader for that Michigan defense, so I think that's going to be a really good pickup for a Giants team that really needs some leadership on that defensive side. Next up, I have the Vikings picking, and they really need some offensive line help. They addressed some of it in free agency, but not enough for where I'm comfortable with it. I have them taking Andre Dillard, a really good offensive lineman in this draft. They just need all the offensive line they can get, so Andre Dillard falls into their lap here. Next up, I have the Titans picking. Listen, Marcus Mariota needs more weapons. I have them taking A.J. Brown, a really good wide receiver, one of my favorite wide receivers in this draft. So A.J. Brown's really going to help take some pressure off with Marcus Mariota and really just improve that offense as a whole. Next up, I have the Steelers picking. I have them taking Noah Fant. Listen, I know they have a tight end in Vance McDonald, but I think Noah Fant is more of a receiving tight end. I know Vance had a really good year last year, but I think just adding another weapon for Big Ben to throw to, losing Antonio Brown, adding another weapon like Noah Fant is really just going to elevate that offense to another level. Next up, I have the Seahawks picking. I have them picking up Chauncy Gardner Johnson. Listen, they lost Earl Thomas. I think they need another safety. I think he slides right into that defense. A really great safety in this draft, one of my top ones. So I think Chauncy Gardner Johnson's going to be a really good fit for the Seahawks. Next up, I have the Ravens taking DK Metcalf. He does fall here. I just think that teams are going to notice that he doesn't run a lot of routes, and I think Lamar Jackson needs another weapon. I don't know how well he's going to utilize his wide receivers, but DK Metcalf falls right into their lap here. I think he has a lot of potential, so DK Metcalf is a really good spot for the Ravens to pick him up at. Next up, we got the Texans picking. I have them taking Cody Ford. Listen, the Texans need a whole new offensive line, and I think Cody Ford's going to be a great addition for them. They just need offensive line help. I think they might take another offensive lineman later in this draft as well, but you can't pass up on a guy like Cody Ford at this spot. Next up, I have the Raiders picking. I have them picking up Jerry Tillery, a guy that's maybe fallen out of the first round a little bit because of some off-the-field issues, but I think he's a first-round talent coming out of Notre Dame. He has really good pass rush moves, can stop the run. The issue is the consistency, but I think the Raiders are going to take a chance on this guy. I think he's a really good player. Next up, we got the Eagles. I have them taking Dalton Risner. Listen, with some of their offensive line getting a little bit old, I think they need some offensive line help, especially to protect an injury-prone Carson Wentz. I think we can say that now with the amount of injuries he's had at North Dakota and with the Eagles. So I think just protecting Carson Wentz is the biggest priority for the Eagles right now. With the Colts picking, I have them taking Johnathan Abram. Listen, they don't have a lot of holes. I think safety is one issue they need to address, but other than that, they don't have a lot of holes. So Johnathan Abram falls right into their lap here. I think it's a great pickup for them at safety. Next up, we got the Raiders with another pick in the first round. I have them taking Josh Jacobs. They need some explosiveness on that offense. Josh Jacobs, best running back in this draft. I mean, it's just a great fit for them, and I think it's going to really just elevate that offense. Next up, we got the Chargers. I have them taking Christian Wilkans, really falling into this draft just because of the amount of talent that's on the defense in this draft. So Christian Wilkans, a leader for that Clemson defense. I think it's going to be great for the Chargers, who also don't have a lot of holes. Next up, we got the Chiefs. I have them taking DeAndre Baker. They are in desperate need of some defensive talent, and right now, best corner is DeAndre Baker sliding in here. So I think it's a great pickup for the Chiefs. Next up, Packers. I have them taking Taylor Rapp. Next best safety behind Chauncy Gardner Johnson and Johnathan Abram. Taylor Rapp is more of a box safety, can play with Adrian Amos. I think Taylor Rapp's a great fit here for the Packers. Next up, the Rams. I have them taking Marquise Hollywood Brown. They need another weapon on that offense. They just couldn't put anything together in the Super Bowl. I think giving Jared Goff another weapon to throw to is going to be really good, and I'll be excited to see what Sean McVay can do with a weapon that is Marquise Hollywood Brown. And with the last pick in the first round, I have the Patriots taking Will Grier. Listen, we all know that Tom Brady's great, but you're going to have to get a successor at some point, and no real plan at quarterback right now. I think taking Will Grier is a smart move with Tom Brady getting to the end of his career. Will Grier, a very good quarterback that can be molded into the best quarterback in this draft, honestly, is what I really believe. Well, that concludes my mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, we do have that subscriber goal, 100 subscribers by draft day. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's been Noah from the Benchwarmers, guys. Deuces.